Welcome back, I'm Multimeteor, and once again we're taking a look at, I should say this is modded for greatness, but you should know by now, once again we're taking a look at a couple of decks of the Firemind's making. This time around I decided, I'm not normally not a huge fan of Rakdos decks. I see the point to them, I appreciate them, but I'm usually not a huge fan. Anyways, um, I kind of like the idea of the idea of the Hellbent mechanic, which means that it was from the original Ravnica block, and it meant that if you had no cards in hand, then your creatures would be bigger or some effect would happen, um, and usually you would both trim your opponent's hand as well as your own. So it kind of worked out in that way, and you took options away from his hand while you certainly took options away from your hand, but you buffed your side significantly. Um, so it's kind of like anti what we're usually what we are used to thinking about when in terms of a good of playing good magic, that you want as many options in your hand as possible. Anyways, the reason I wanted to play it was that I kind of wanted to see what the Firemind has done with this, was doing with this theme, because he usually makes really good decks with innovative approaches, or with, at least from my perspective, innovative approaches, because I don't follow paper magic that closely and haven't done so for a while. I've only just begun to really follow it closely again, so a lot of these themes come as a surprise to me. And I'm playing against Death Cycle, which I believe is one of his newer decks. So let's check it out. Okay, I have enough mana. Gobhoppler Rats. Hellbent, as long as you have no cards in hand, Gobhoppler Rats gets +1/+0 and has Regenerate. Not bad. Jagged Poppet is a 3-cost 3/4. That's cheap. Whenever Jagged Poppet is dealt damage, discard that many cards. Huh. Which gets it closer to Hellbent. Whenever Jagged Poppet deals combat damage to a player, if you have no cards in hand, that player discards cards equal to that damage. Nice. Demon's Jester. 2/2 4-cost flying Hellbent. Demon's Jester gets +2/+1 as long as you have no cards in hand. And Dreadslag. What? Oh wow! 5-cost 9/9 trample. Dreadslag gets -4/-4 for each card in your hand. 1,000 phobias sobbed from the city and wrung from Rixmati as one. I like the twist on the Hellbent mechanic here. Anyways, let's keep it. It's not a bad hand actually. I can cast two of the creatures, and if I draw a land during the first 4 turns, then everything should be good. Mortician Beetle, 1-cost 1/1. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Mortician's Beetle. Wow, I'm sensing a theme here. Dang it. Alright, let's play that, because I don't have anything else to play. But that's good, now I can play 3 of my creatures. And then eventually play the Dreadslag. Dreadslag! That's a nutty creature. Yeah, I'll take the 1. I'll take the 1. I'm playing in a tournament that I arranged, and I just lost my first match against a Rakdos deck, which utilized both Hellbent and the Unleash mechanic, and it was good. It was not as aggro as you might have thought, but it was really good. Powerful deck my opponent was playing. And I like my deck as well. I'm playing Simic, but yeah, that's enough of that. What we have here: Dangerous Wager. Discard your hand, then draw 2 cards. I can see where that's helpful, definitely. Anyways, he doesn't have anything to sacrifice unless he has some tricks that I don't know of. Here we go. I'm gonna try to play every card in my hand, I think. I have good cards in my hand. I have really good cards in my hand. in my opinion. Yeah. Try to swing into that. What is that? Flying. When Demon Lord of Ashmouth enters the battlefield, exile it unless you sacrifice another creature. Huh. Interesting, huh? Undying. That's also pretty sucky. Holy bananas. Yeah. Okay. Discard your hand. That is tempting. That is tempting. But I kind of want these creatures down. Alright. Let's drop this. He might not want to swing in though. Yeah, I'm gonna skip my attack. Could definitely whoa, Bloodthorn Vampire. Yeah, okay. Alright, 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 alright. When it enters the battlefield, so you have to do it as well when it has Undying. Okay, so he does discard a card, target player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Wow. Wow. Not bad. Not bad at all. But I do have way too many cards in hand for it. This will die if I drop it. Alright, let's just play some cards. I could also, you know, just go completely Hellbent here. That will make it a 3-4 or 3-2. That will make it... No. That will make it a 2-1. This is instant. Huh. That is interesting. Or what I could do if I draw a land, I could play this and instant speed. Undying. Another Undying creature. Fucking hell. Makes sense. Yeah, that's not what I wanted out of life. I'm thinking kill that. Just so he doesn't have any sacrifice bullshit. Okay. And he can sacrifice it again. Okay, okay. That's fine. Oh, what do you have? Oh, no, 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 no. That's no good. That's no good. That is no good. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Okay, I didn't think that through. Oh, man, man, man. Well, I'll get a 9/9 soon enough. I hope. It'll come into play as a 1/1. Draw me a land, please. I think I'd rather want this in... Yeah. Oh. Whoop. There you go. It doesn't trade. He gets his fucking creature back. No. No, because he already sacked it. That's right. Oh, and here we go. That is fucking perfect. Seriously. That is fucking perfect. Guess I'll have to swing in. He still does... He has to kill me in 2 turns, basically. Or 3... He has to kill me in 2 turns. Because he won't be able to kill me if he has to use 3 turns, I think. Nope. This is also instant speed. Alright. No, 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 no. What am I doing? What am I doing? Go! I'm such an idiot, man. Well, depending on what I draw. Okay, okay, that worked, that worked, that worked, that worked, that worked. That worked. Alright, I can use the Hellbent here. What? Did I draw a card? Oh, okay. Yeah. Cackling Flames? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that again then. pay 2 life. Man, I should really read my fucking cards. What an idiot I am. Now I need to keep this back. For fuck's sake. What the hell, man? I read this as, you know, twice the amount of the first thing. Draw a card. What the hell? I see the point of it. All these mistakes. What do you have? What do you have? I'm not a fan of that at all. Ugh. Oh, only 3? Oh, fuck it. Ha 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 ha. That's good. Taste for mayhem. Wait, it only costs 1. Let's do this then. No, because then I have to sack. Fuck it. Alright. Yeah. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Attack with everything. How much? That's 11. Alright. So that is the game. Whew. Alright, let's take a look at these 2 decks. I won't play a second game because I've played enough already. Alright, so 75 cards in the deck. It's has a nice little curve here. It has some 0 drops, which are the special lands. So a few too many, or not too many, but there's a few expensive cards as well. Rixmadi, Dungeon Palace, great as well. Gives you a colorless mana to your mana pool. And each player you can activate this ability for 3. Each player discards a card. Activate this ability only anytime. You can cast a sorcery. See, one thing I never understood about this these themed lands, which has these kind of like flavorful effects, is that they only produce colorless mana. I mean, shouldn't these lands be the very lands where the colorful magic, or the magic of those colors, completely like are in complete flux or something like that? I don't know. I understand it from a balancing point of view, but still, I think it's a really little bit silly. Anyways, one with nothing. The card that I played and almost screwed me over. Taste for Mayhem. I have 2 of those. These are really good, especially with the Hellbent going. Dangerous Wager. Yeah, I can see that effect working out pretty well. The best thing about Dangerous Wager is that, oh, it's only you. Another thing I misread. Fuck, I'm dumb. But yeah, I see that. Decent card, especially because it's just a 2 cost. So when you have no cards in hand, you get a 3/2 with Regenerate. Ignorant Bliss, 2 cost, exile all cards from your hand face down. Huh? Yeah. At the beginning of the next end step, return those cards to your hand, then draw a card. I see the purpose of this. Very nice. Very nice. Infernal Tutor, 2 cost, reveal a card from your hand, search your library for a card with the same name as that card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Hellbent, if you have no cards in hand, instead search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Wait, what? With the same name as that card. Okay. So you can either get a copy of one card, or if you're Hellbent, you get exactly, it's like Demonic Tutor. You have 2 of those, and you have 2 Big Game Hunters, Human Rebel Assassin, 3 cost 1/1. When Big Game Hunter enters the battlefield, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It can't be regenerated. And you have Madness, so if you are forced to discard it, you can play it for 1, and I guess that's part of the reason why it's in there. Very, very tricky. So you have to discard it, play it for its Madness cost, and then you kill a big creature on your opponent's side. Very interesting, though. Cunning Lethomancer. I don't really know what Lethe means, but maybe forgetfulness? I don't know. I have no idea. 3 cost 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. Yes, that's nice. Delirium Skirns. Each player discards 3 cards. 3 cost. Not bad. Fiery Temper. 3 cost. Fiery Temper deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and it has the madness thing going for it. Jacket Puppet. Already saw this during play. It's also a great card. Necrogen Mist. 3 cost. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card. Trespasser Ilvek, Human Rogue, 3 cost, 3/1, discard a card. Trespasser Ilvek gains Shadow until end of turn, which means that it can only be blocked by other Shadow creatures, and it can only block other Shadow creatures. But why would you force your creature not to be able to block during your turn? So that's not significant. Brink of Madness, 4 cost. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have no cards in hand, sacrifice Brink of Madness and target opponent discards his or her hand. Ooh, that's not bad. Cackling Flames, 4 cost, 3 damage to target creature or player. If Hellbent, if you have no cards in hand, Cackling player deals 5 damage to that creature or player. Bad. Demon's Jester, saw that in play. What do we have? Nihilistic Glee. 4 cost. I guess we already played that as well. It almost screwed me over. Skullmeat Cauldron. 4 cost. You gain 1 life. Discard a card. You gain 3 life. Interesting. Thought Gorger. He's just gorging down my thoughts. 4 cost, 2/2, trample. When Thought Gorger enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each card in your hand. If you do, discard your hand. When Thought Gorger leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Not bad, not bad. Zombify. 4 cost, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it's not all bad having to discard your creatures, for example. You can bring them back with this card. You have 3 of those. You have Dread Slag, 5 cost. That's the one that actually won me the game. Gorgon Recluse. Okay, so she's a spider Gorgon Medusa type creature. That sounds really nasty. She looks a little spiteful too. Wow, is that her body? Yikes! 5 cost, 2/4. Maybe it's not. Whenever Gorgon Recluse blocks or becomes blocked by a non-black creature, destroy that creature at the end of combat. You can play her for 2. So it's kind of like it's a Hellbent Madness kind of deck, discard kind of deck, and those are some themes that fit really well together. Twin Strike. 5 cost. Twin Strike deals 2 damage to each of 2 target creatures. Hellbent, destroy those 3 creatures instead if you have no cards in hand. Interesting, to say the least. Very good. Dark Withering, 6 cost. Destroy target non-black creature. Madness. What am I saying? You can play it for its madness cost, which is 1. I just say madness because so dramatic. Anyways, Sire of Insanity, 6 cost, Demon, 6/4. At the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand. It's from the Dragon's Maze set. Very, very good card, and it kind of brings the Rakdos guild of the depicted Rakdos guild from Return to Ravnica together with the one from I think it was Dissension. Or Guild Pact, probably Dissension. Hollowborn Barghest, 7 cost, 7/6 at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have no cards in hand, each opponent loses 2 life. Nice. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, he or she loses 2 life. Oh, that's a nasty dog to have in your yard. Soul Spike, 7 cost, instant. You may exile 2 black cards from your hand rather than pay Soul Spike's mana cost. Soul Spike deals 4 damage to target creature or player. You gain 4 life. That's actually pretty good. I mean, 7 cost is a little much, especially when you have Ribbons of Night, I think it's called, right? Yeah. Ribbons of Night. Which is in the Dimir deck, what's it called? Rogue's Gallery. But seeing that you can play it by exiling 2 black cards in a Hellbent deck, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. So that is the entirety of this deck. Let's see. Should I? Maybe I should show you the other deck as well. What did I play? I played Death Cycle. Death, 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 death. Cycle. There we go. All right. Let me quickly show you this deck, so it doesn't take up too much time. All right. 75 cards in the deck altogether. It has a wonky curve, 70% creatures, and that is because it is themed around sacrifice, as far as I could see. Evolving Wilds, for those. You have 2 Innocent Bloods, and that just makes sense. You have Mortician Beetle, which makes a lot of sense, because that's a creature that just grows if you get to work with this theme. You have Morbid. Nice theme as well when you get to sacrifice a lot. Tragic Slip, 1 cost instant. I think it's from the Innistrad cycle. Either it's 1 cost kill a 1 toughness creature, or it is a morbid cost. That means that 1 creature died this turn, and you get to kill huge creatures with it. So that's really good. Young Wolf, a 1/1 with Undying. That means that you can sacrifice it twice. Second time it comes into play is it's a 2/2. Very, very good. Bloodthrone Vampire, 2 cost, 1/1. Sacrifice a creature. Bloodthrone Vampire gets +2/+2 until end of turn. You have 3 of those. Basically part of the engine of this deck. And same goes for the good Butcher Ghoul, which is a 2 cost 1/1 Undying. Little bit worse than Undying Wolf or Young Wolf, but still not bad, not bad. Sakura Tribe Elder is a 2 cost 1/1, and you can sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. You have 3 of those, so those are basically your ramp, and they work with the engine or the theme of the deck, so that's not bad. Time of Need, 2 cost, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Yeah, that's right. Not bad. Act of Treason, that's pretty good, especially when you get to sacrifice your opponent's creatures. That stings. That always stings. Every fucking time that stings. So, very, very nice. 2 of those. Fecundity is at 3 cost. I don't know what that means actually. Enchantment, whenever a creature dies, that creature's controller may draw a card. So basically you're betting on being able to sacrifice a lot of your creatures, so you get a card advantage from that. Not bad. Fires of Yavimaya. We all know this card. It was in Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012. Creatures you control have haste. Not bad. Definitely not. Especially with the Undying effect. Sacrifice Fires of Yavimaya. Tiger creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And Creekwood Leash. Very nice. One of the better leashes, especially in this. Especially for this theme, because you get a lot of tokens to sacrifice. Demon Lord of Ashmouth, we saw that in effect. It is a nasty, nasty card. Gets big real quick. Of course, it has the caveat or the downside that you have to sacrifice 2 creatures. First one time when it comes into play, and the second time when it gets killed and it comes back into play. But still, it's a small price to pay for a 4 cost 5/4 flying demon, or later on in the game a 6/5 flying demon. Dimir House Guard, 4 cost, 2/3 fierce, sacrifice a creature, regenerate. Dimir House Guard, not bad, not bad, not the best, not bad, but it has fear, so it gets through. Plus it has transmute, so you can go get one of these, you can go get one of these bad boys, you can go get one of these bad boys. One of it's a favorite of many people. Disciple of Bolas, 4 cost, Human Wizard 2/1, Human Wizard 2/1. When Disciple of Bolas enters the battlefield, sacrifice another creature, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. Not bad at all. You have Hound of Griselbrand, 4 cost, 2/2 double strike and Undying. When it dies, come back into play, 3/3 double strike. Not bad at all. Lumberknot, 4 cost 1/1 hexproof, and whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Lumpernut, not to be messed with. And here we have the old Golgari. As far as I remember, I think that is the old Golgari Guildmaster before her brother Gerard jumped into her place. I think she died or something. I haven't gotten quite through the Ravnica Cycle books, the original Ravnica Cycle books yet, so I don't really know what happens to her. But I think she died, and then Gerard went into place, or took her place when he got zombified. When you sacrifice she has 2 effects. She's a 4 cost 2/2. When you sacrifice a black creature, you may pay 2 life. If you do, each other player sacrifices a creature. So, working with your engine, you force your opponent to also sacrifice creatures. When you sacrifice a green creature, you may gain 2 life. So, if you sacrifice black-green creatures, that is, for example, the worm tokens from the Creekwood Leash, you get to do both things. You don't have to pay any life, but your opponent have to pay in blood. Very nice. Skurstack Cultist 4 cost 2/2, and for 1 red mana and tap it, you sacrifice a creature. Skurstack Cultist deals 2 damage to target creature or player. I think it's good. It's always a good creature, but at this point you might just be trampling your opponent and having so many other things working for you. I might have included some Blood Artist in this deck, though. Endrixar, Master Breeder. That is disgusting. Is he breeding these bad boys? They have a mouth down on their chin? I don't know. 5 cost 2/2 legendary creature, human wizard, Harry. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put X 1/1 black thrall creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Interesting. When you control 7 or more thralls, sacrifice Endrixar, Master Breeder. Well, so you want to sacrifice these creatures as quick as possible, or before you get to 7. But yeah, definitely an interesting card, that's for sure. It's an engine. It builds you creatures that you can sack, and I think it's Orjov themed actually, since they deal with thralls. Alright, Crush the Blood Braided. 5 cost, 1 of each of this deck's colors, and 2 colorless. 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, you may put X +1/+1 counters on Crush the Blood Braided, where X is that creature's power. That is completely nuts, especially in this deck, because you just self-sacrifice and you turn this guy into a skyscraper kind of creature that has, let's say, 80/80 if you go nuts. Sequa Deathkeeper. So this is this is the spokes model, so to speak, of this deck. 5 cost 4/3. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a 3/1 black and red Graveborn creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Whoa, whoa, insanity. Spider Spawning, obviously a good spell as well. 5 cost, put a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach onto the battlefield for each creature card in your graveyard, and it has flashback. So with all the sacrificing, you get to bring back a lot of creatures. It might not be the original creatures, but it is certainly creatures. Urabrask the Hidden is, I guess, from New Phyrexia, or at least from the Mirrodin block. 5 cost 4/4. Another Praetor, by the way. 4/4. You creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. So you just cheat a little bit and sway the advantage way to your side. Dragonlair Spider, 6 cost 5/6. Spider reach. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 green insect creature token onto the battlefield. Okay, that's unfair. That's really good, actually. Extractor Demon, 6 cost flying. Whenever another creature leaves the battlefield, you may have a target player put 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Okay. That is nasty. You could build a whole deck around this theme, actually, and it has Unearth. So if it died, you can unearth it for 3. Wow, not bad. Unearth is basically, for those of you who haven't played with that mechanic, I guess most people have played, I guess everyone who's played Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012 have run into the Unearth mechanic in the Elemental Fury deck, at least. Yeah, it basically means that you pay this cost and you bring it back into play. So fairly cheap. And I guess also the reassembling skeleton in the zombies. No, not zombies. In the Liliara deck, the discard deck. All right, Mikaeus the Unhallowed. 6 cost 5/5. Intimidate whenever a human deals damage to you. Destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control gets +1/+1 and have Undying. Interesting. Sheldred, the Whispering One, 7 cost Swamp Walk, another Praetor by the way, 6/6. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. Well. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That is nasty. That is nasty. And why do you have to have a huge smiling Joker-like mouth down there on your spider body, right where something would be? That is a nasty creature. You're a nasty creature, Sheldred. Stalking Vengeance, 7 cost, 5/5 haste. Whenever another creature you control dies, it deals damage equal to its power to target player. Jesus Christ, man. This deck, when it's running perfectly, it is nasty. Well made. Death Cycle. So, this was another 2 of the Firemind decks. The Hellbent Madness, which is somewhat new, and Death Cycle, which is really new. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I think that concludes the session with this session, at least, with Firemind's decks. And please just write a comment for him if you like the deck. Tell him what you think, because I believe he checks out the videos, and I'm guessing he would definitely like some feedback on his decks. So yeah, again, hope you enjoyed. I'm multeyemeteor, and later.